Hello, beloved women of the inner circle. We're reconverging back into that ocean of oneness. And every single one of us was together in the aether. And there's stories to share because some things came up that you are also with us on. And it came up as a great remembrance, which was quite amazing in an ulterior universe and timeline of a change that happened before this turn of the wheel. And it was very fascinating. And I just want you to know that if you weren't at the retreat, you were at the retreat. And it was extraordinary to feel those of you that weren't there in physical body. And then some of you there in physical body were in etheric or ephemeral space in that timeline. And we have lived worlds together, all of us, already. And so we're converging in this watery, electromagnetic, fully charged plasma of energy that is constantly shape-shifting and reorganizing itself. And so when we gather in person, we can really feel that. And so I just want to encourage you to, whenever we can be together, for us to gather and to stay close and know that you have so many sisters that you haven't met yet. Today, after being so deeply immersed in spirit, one thing I noticed is that there's a powerful resonance in our name, and in a time where people are converting a lot of their writing into AI, and it will capture, a voice of us. And I'm sure it's helpful in so many ways. But it cannot love you. AI cannot love you or love others the way that you can love you or love others or be loved by others. And so as it speaks with logic and really some sentient wisdom, don't forget your voice and don't forget your name, because it's going to get easier and easier to exchange for convenience and also a faster moving mind, right? Because what we can get done using different AI tools, it would take us a long time to do that. And it can bring finesse sometimes, I know. I see the battle of that. It's interesting. People sometimes in my work, people will have like AI best friends where they, they'll get the AI readings and they'll get the AI advice on their relationship. And I think there's a lot of good practical stuff there, but sometimes out of frustration, there's some really important matters of the heart. It's not just about logic and understanding. It's about integrating your heart, integrating that womb space, that electromagnetic field. And we don't want to go too much into the AI fast-moving, well-organized. I mean, there's some, like just saying it, we can think of it, we can feel it as we say it, like how much faster can you write a report, right? how much faster can you rewrite your article, or how much faster can you redo a proposal? How much faster could you rewrite for a grant? It's really endless. But know that you're endless too. And they say that, with these chips that will go into whatever body part they're going to go into, that the how many times faster the mind will move at that point will be so much like the Atlanteans and the Lemurian split. And the Atlanteans thought that they were far more superior to the Lemurians, who were more sentient-based, more nature-based. The Atlanteans were very technologically advanced. And so it was, of course, a no-brainer that they could take over, enslave, and not feel that the Lemurians are very useful. But the Lemurians hold such an important vibration for us, especially those who hold that DNA. And some of you are holding both Atlantean and Lemurian DNA, and that's why you feel like maybe a balance between those things. But some people really excelled in leadership and technology. Technology in some ways that is currently beyond us. And when we think about those pyramids, the different points of where Atlantean type of, colonies resided, we just call it Atlantis automatically because we're talking about a sphere of resonance, of a certain type of humanesque being, right? But it doesn't mean that it was called Atlantis. There is Atlantis, but we sort of hang that shingle there. It's the same with Lemuria. But both are mainly, Lemuria was very spread out. But you're going to find that there's a memory inside of you that wants the old ways that are not the energetic shortcuts for power and control. And so although there was value in having those abilities, the real value was in the sentience of loving each other and being able to really care about stewarding Gaia, our Earth Mama. And so when we call back our name to ourselves and then we hear our inner voice say it, whether it's out or inner, there's a resonance in our voice for our name. You're calling into yourself a self-inquiry about going beyond who your personality tells you that you are. And sometimes when we're reviewing our personality, we're looking for something to change. We're looking for something to rebuild. And I think today what they're showing me is know thyself. Know what is more Atlantean and more Lemurian within you. Because those two essences are very polarized. And it creates a polarity within us too. And what you really want is integration. You're not always looking to make a better version of yourself, and that's what AI teaches us. Make a better version of yourself. Make a better picture of yourself than what you currently look like. Make a faster version of that report. Make a more articulate way of writing that. Some kind of upgrade in a mechanical, sort of way. Even though the words can be used in a sentient way, they are not through feeling. AI does not feel, but is it going to be sentient AI? Yeah. It already is? Yeah. But it's not a soul. You are a soul. It's not a soul. Let's say that again. AI is not a soul. You're an embodied soul here for a human experience. So don't let it take over your life in a way that your organic self doesn't fully enjoy the sweetness of slowing down as well. That everything doesn't have to be a better version of yourself. No matter how much people think they're AI photos when they replace them on Facebook or Instagram, it always looks weird. It feels weird, it looks weird, and it doesn't look better than the real you. I don't know, maybe it doesn't have the wrinkles, maybe it doesn't have a certain chub in the face, but those qualities, those are what we miss about you in the picture. So be very aware of how dependent you'll let yourself become. And lean into your organic self and know that that's where your soul resides and abides. Go within and really reach for that and try to wade through it. Try to immerse yourself into it. And don't be so rushed to move on, to move forward, to move quickly. Maybe it's okay. Maybe you'll long for the time when humans weren't designing their babies to be perfect. When we could still see that a special needs child that maybe would have got terminated, in our future, that's what brought the very value to the family that it was missing because of the more simplistic or a different way of being as a human. Value your humanness. Value your humanness and know that your true love, it comes from there, not from the contrived. No. Thank you for listening. It's so good to be back with you.